for tonight's session. All right, we're going to be focusing more on BRDs for tonight's session. So Tosin is saying she's joining from Maripo and she's a data analyst. Amazing, amazing. I think I have a lot of data analysts here. Okay, I've seen one project manager, I've seen an HR professional, I've seen a fashion designer, a realtor. Okay, so I've seen a lot of people. It's so amazing and so good to have you here. I also have a solar engineer here joining from Cardona. That's amazing. All right. Okay. Okay, so let's proceed. Let's proceed very quickly. Like I said, today we're going to be looking into building high value project documentation, focusing more on BRDs. So if this is you, I want you to drop it in the chat. Okay, which of these suits you or best describes you right now? Could it be that you want to be able to work from home, or you want to increase your income significantly in 2026? Is that your goal? You know, every year we set our New Year resolutions and all of that. And this is the 6th month in 2026, and your goal is still to increase your income significantly this year. Or is it that you don't want AI to take your job? You're like, oh my God, I need job security. You know, this AI that, AI this, AI that is flying all over. I want job security. So I want a chance to be able to leverage AI in building my current career or even pivot. Okay. So which of these suits you? Let me know. Adeshola. Adeshola is joining from Ilori. Amazing. Taiwo, nice to meet you. Nice to have you here. So which one best suits you? Or is it that you want to leave your current job for a much better one? Or you still want to be relevant in coming years? You know how life is changing, the world is changing, our perspectives are changing, and the job market is equally changing. Okay, the job market is equally changing. So which one out of these 6 categories would you say you fall under? Let me know. 1, 2, 3, drop it in the chat. Is it number 1? Is it that you want to be able to learn how to leverage AI? Is it number 6? All right, let me know in the chats. Let me know in the chats. Amazing. So Emmanuel is saying number 5, which means that he wants to keep being relevant in coming years. Amazing. Also, number 2, you want to increase your income significantly this year. Okay, Taiwo says that she wants to learn how to leverage AI. You're in the best place right now if that is you. All right, if that is you. So at the end of tonight's session, we'll be learning what documentation actually means and what high value documentation means, how to leverage AI, how AI can accelerate documentation creation. Okay, we're also going to be learning how to understand how to climb up the corporate ladder in tech. All right, and you're also going to get started in your tech journey. So if you're looking to transition into tech, today is your day, because after tonight's session, you're going to get started in your tech journey. Ajibo Paulina, isn't it Paulina? You can drop your question in the chat, right? When it's time for questions, I'll let you ask your questions. You can just pen it down somewhere or drop it in the chat while I attend to it very quickly, okay? And also to let you know, for you to get recordings and the materials we're using in tonight's session, you have to fill out this form here. The form is in the chat box, okay? Fill out the form to get access to the recording and the resources we're going to be using tonight. All right, so for those of you that are joining or hearing about analytics business for the first time, okay, let's give a hand to our newcomers and those that are just hearing about us. All right, so analytics business is a platform where you get to learn tech skills, how to leverage AI in tech skills, okay? Specifically skills around data analysis, business analysis, project management. What else is there? AI automation, so many tools, HR analysis, and all of that, software development, video creation, so many skills like that. Okay, and what we do is that we help you accelerate your knowledge. We help you accelerate the time frame for you to assimilate and start working as a professional in tech. Okay, so instead of you to do self-paced knowledge for 6 months, 1 year, where eventually you're not even confident in what you're doing, you join the analytics business, and what we do for you is that in 2 months we give you the ground knowledge you need to get started. You build your portfolio, you build your CV, and then you can actively start, reaching out to companies or applying for jobs, and you are 100% sure that you're gonna get some, majorly because you have gone through the training with Tenalytics business. Okay, so now for me, my name is Mercy. Like I said earlier, this is my pretty face that you can see, obviously. All right, I'm a BA, been a BA for close to a decade now, been a professional for more than a decade. And so what I intend to do, or what I do typically every day, is to bridge the gap between business needs, where the business is and where the business needs to be. Okay, and that's what we do as business analysts. I also work as a project manager on some projects, and what I do with analytics business is I coach. Okay, I coach just like we are right now on this call. I train my students every Saturday, every weekend, and follow up on them every day. Okay, so I'm a senior data associate with Tenalytics business. Amazing. Amazing. So very quickly, we have a case study that we are working with, and I don't want us to drag it. I want us to do it together, and I want us to learn from it. Like I said, I have a gift for those that are going to be waiting till the end of this call. So I need you to fill out this form here. There's a form for you to get access to the material and for you to get access to the recording. Okay, it's very, very important. So ensure that you fill the form. You can just type in done when you're done filling the form. It doesn't take you out of the call, obviously. You only need maybe 1 hour, 2 minutes, 1 minute, 2 minutes, to fill the form. Okay, now for today's case study, we are working with Uber. Okay, we are working with Uber. I'm very sure we all know what Uber is, or the company, what Uber does. Are we together, guys? Give me a thumbs up if you know what Uber does. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Amazing, amazing. Thank you, Sarah. Amazing. Okay, so it's just Sarah that knows Uber. All right, I see Benedict. I see Taiwo. Okay, good, good, good. All right, so we know what Uber does. We know what Uber does. Uber is a All right, if your hand is raised, please if you have a question, drop it in the chat. There'll be time for questions. Okay, there'll be time for questions so that we don't distract everyone. Thank you so much. So yeah, Uber, what they do is that they are a ride hailing app. Okay, so they have cars registered under the brand name Uber. Okay, and then people get to book rides from there, just like Taxify, just like Rider, Uber. Which one again is in that category? Yeah, so it's a ride hailing app. All right, so Uber Eats is a section of Uber. So what Uber Eats does is food delivery. Okay, what Uber Eats does is food delivery. Now, Uber Eats plans to launch a new scheduled orders feature. So what that means is that although Uber Eats is currently in operation, they intend to have a new feature called scheduled orders that allows customers to place orders for a future date and time. What that means is, say for instance, I work in an organization where I get to order my food every afternoon. So I can pre-order on Uber Eats. All right, so that's the feature that they are trying to create. I can pre-order my food for every day. So from Monday to Friday, I pre-order, and then I ensure that, and Uber Eats ensure that I get my food by a specific time from a specific vendor every day. Okay, now that is the plan I am working with. Some people choose to work with a plan where they can pre-order for, like, let's say every Monday or every 2 weeks. They can just pre-order their food so that they don't have to be they don't have to go over that process every time. All right. So currently, customers can only order for immediate delivery. Stakeholders across products, operations, customer support, marketing, and restaurant partners, those of us that are already business owners or business analysts, we know who stakeholders are. Okay, we know who stakeholders are. But for those that don't, let me just give a quick definition. So your stakeholders are those that are actively involved in a particular project or business. Actively involved in the sense that they inform decision making. All right, they affect decision making, they inform decision making. All right, so for those that are looking for the form, okay, there is a link. Tolulokpe just dropped a link in the chat. You can click that link now. All right, it will only take you 1-2 minutes. Click the link and fill out the form. All right, fill out the form. Now, those are who stakeholders are. And in this case study, we know that there are stakeholders across products, operations, customer support, marketing, and restaurant partners. Restaurant partners have, okay, different expectations for how the future should work. All right, so all the stakeholders in product, operations, customer support, marketing, and restaurant partners have a different expectation for how the future should work. And that is leading to unclear requirements and scope confusion. All right. So, and that is where we come in as business analysts. Okay, that's where we come in as business analysts. Now, listen to this. Listen to this. All right, I'm reading the third paragraph now. The business analysis team has been asked to develop a business requirements document, a BRD. It's called BRD, that clearly defines the business need, objective, scope, all right, stakeholder requirements, risks, and success measures to ensure all teams are aligned before development begins. So we have to create a document which is called the BRD that are going to show all the stakeholders, across product, operations, customer support, marketing, all these people. We're going to create a document, all right, that shows what this feature is going to do. Okay, we're going to create a document that shows what this feature is going to do. Now, this is our task. All right, this is our task as the business analyst. All right, as the business analyst, create a BRD for the scheduled orders feature that will guide the project from requirements gathering through delivery. Now, this is a very simple task, okay, but it can be very daunting equally if you're doing it manually, okay? If you have to do these tasks, this particular is just one task actually. If you're to do it manually, it can be very daunting. Why is it going to be daunting? To be daunting because you have various stakeholders across various teams, okay? You have various stakeholders across various teams that have different expectations, okay? They have different expectations when it comes to what the BRD, what the feature is meant to do. Now, that's where you come in as a business analyst. And thankfully for us, we're going to be using ChatGPT to do this. All right, I'm going to show you how to easily come up with your BRD using ChatGPT. You all know ChatGPT. ChatGPT is like our best friend. Some people call ChatGPT their partner. Some people call ChatGPT their, what do you call ChatGPT? Drop it in the chat. Let me see. Well done to everyone that's filled the form so far. Please ensure you fill it so you can get access to the material, the prompt I'm going to use, and equally the recording, okay? So what do you call ChatGPT? Every day we use this tool. Some of us have moved, we've pivoted from ChatGPT. We now use Claude, we use Gemini, Google Gemini. There's so many LLMs out there right now. Okay. So let's go to ChatGPT, then I'll show you the prompt I'm going to use to quickly come up with a business requirement document. A business requirement document very quickly. Okay. Now this is ChatGPT, all right? This is ChatGPT. All right, please give me a minute. I just noticed something. Sorry, guys. You can use this time to fill out the form. Okay, you can use this time to fill out the form. All right. Okay, just share. All right, so we can all see my screen. Can you confirm you can see my ChatGPT screen? Can you confirm that you can see the tab? Just give me a thumbs up. I'm not seeing our reactions. All right, blessing. Thank you very much. Thank you. I need more reactions. This is an interactive class, so I hope you know. All right, so let's go quickly. Okay, so now this is the prompt I'm using. I'll read the prompt to you very quickly, and then we are going to tell it to generate a BRD for us. Now, when it comes to prompt engineering, there are different, methods people use, but there's a specific one I follow. Okay, it's a format. The first thing you want to do is to give it a role. You're going to give ChatGPT or any LLM you choose to use a role. That's the first thing. After giving it a role, you give it what? A task. All right, to give it a role, you give it a task. After giving it a task, you give it context. All right, the context part is where a lot of people miss out, because you have to give a very good context to get a good output from any LLM. Okay, so you give it a role, you give it a task, you give it a context, and the last one is a format. The format you want it to your output in. So if you want it to be in a very if you want it to be in English language, you tell it, oh, in plain English. If you want it to be in very like serious grammatic expression, you're going to tell it that. If you want it as a document, you're going to tell it to send you the output as a document. If you want it as a picture, an image, you're going to tell it to create it as an image. Okay, so that's basically a crash course on prompt engineering. If you want more, come to Tenalytics business. All right, now I've given it a, what is this now? This is a role. Okay, act as a senior business analyst at Uber Eats. Based on the case study below, create a professional business requirement document, okay, suitable for presentation to executive stakeholders, product managers, engineering team, and operations team. The BRD should be detailed. Now, this is a, what now? This is a format. Sorry, my prompt is very long, so that's why you should fill that form. So the BRD should be detailed, business focused, and follow industry best practices. Now, include the following sections rather. Forgive me. So now there are different sections in your BRDs, and I outlined all the sections I needed to create. I need to have in the BRD. All these sections are important, and the major reason I listed them is so that ChatGPT does not miss out on any detail. Now, the first one is the executive summary, business problem, business objective, project scope, okay, stakeholder analysis, current state overview, future state overview, business requirements, functional requirements, non-functional requirements, the assumptions, the constraints, all right, because there are usually constraints when you're working on a project. Risk and mitigation strategies. What are the risks involved in adding this new feature? How do we intend to combat this risk? That's what 13 is talking about. What are the dependencies? What are the things we need to do first before we can action this particular feature? Okay. Success metrics and KPIs. How do we define that what we've done so far is actually good? How do we define that we've achieved our goal? So that's where success metrics and KPIs begin. All right, requirements, traceability metrics, and the approval sign off. Now, if you remember at the beginning of the case study, at the beginning of the prompt, I said, based on the case study below. Now, what did I do? I pasted the case study here. All right, I pasted the case study here. This is the same thing you saw on my slide, okay? It's the same thing you saw on my slide, but adding the case study word to word gives it context. That's where context comes in. So I wanted to have enough context so that when it's preparing the BRD, it's giving me a very good output. All right. So now these are the requirements for the BRD. Use realistic assumption where information is needed. You can call this part format. Okay, you can call this part the format. The problem a lot of people have with using LLMs is that they don't know how to prompt. Someone told me that prompt engineering or prompting is the new Googling. Okay, so just like the way you used to Google then, cyber cafes near me. Now, what we do is what we prompt, okay? Use realistic assumptions where information is missing, write from a business perspective before introducing solution details. Include clear, measurable requirements, provide at least 10 business requirements, provide at least 10 functional requirements, okay? Yeah, so I can't explain everything right now. There are some nitty-gritties I would have loved to explain, but there is no time. All right, so functional requirements are usually embedded in the business requirements, but they are mostly for the engineering team. How we intend for this particular feature to work in total, okay? In total. So business requirements are for the stakeholders, every other person involved in the project aside the engineering team. All the functional requirements is majorly for the engineering team, okay? Now, I'm telling you to also include realistic project risks and mitigation plans, include smart success metrics, formats, blah, 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 and all of that. So now let's run this very quickly. All right, this is our prompt, and then we're just going to wait for ChatGPT. Look at this. Look at this. How many seconds did it take, guys? For those that were counting, how many seconds did it take to generate? How many seconds did it take? You people should talk now. How many seconds did it take? Amazing. I love the engagement in the chat. Okay. I love the engagement in the chat. So how many seconds? I dare say it took 1-2 seconds. Look at that, David. 0.2 seconds. Amazing. 0.2 seconds. That's how fast it generated it for us. Okay. Now, this is a BRD that I can literally send to my stakeholders without having to, go back and forth, But then you as the business analyst or the project manager, okay, you have to review these documents, but the format at which it gave me the responses, everything is looking very good. Very good. Like I said, something that would have taken a minimum of 2 days. What am I saying? Because one, you have to do a lot of requirement gathering. You have to speak with the stakeholders. Okay, what are your expectations of this feature? What are your expectations of this feature? And at the end of the day, you bring everything together, and then you profile you provide the BRD. This took us what? 0.2 seconds, according to David. Amazing. Let's applaud AI at this point. You see that AI is actually here to help you. AI is here to help you. Okay, it's not here to take your job, it is here to help you. Now, this is the project name, this is the organization, the version. Okay, prepared by who? Senior business analyst. I can change this to my name since I am the one that is the senior business analyst. All right, if you are the senior business analyst, you change it to your name, and then you put your role in brackets. Date is June 2026. All right, so now, like I said, everything I outlined is what is gave me. Look at this: executive summary, business problem, all right, business objectives, project scope, okay, stakeholder analysis, current state overview, future state overview, business requirements. This is what I mean about business requirements, okay? Then the functional requirements. Look at this now. System shall display a schedule order option during checkout. System shall allow customers to select future dates. System shall, anywhere you see shall, just know that it's the BRD and the FRD. This one also has shall. All right, that's how it works. Okay. Okay, so non-functional requirements, the assumptions, the constraints, risk and mitigation strategies, and then the dependencies. All of this was done with AI. All of this was done with AI in what? 0.2 seconds. Now, this is the approval sign off. Okay, the executive sponsor writes their name, their signature, and the date. This one, all major stakeholders have to append their signature in order for the project to begin. Okay, for the project to begin. Now, how do I, after generating this, what do I do? Okay, what do? I majorly copy all the feedback I got. All right, stop here. Of course, you don't want to add your recommendation. If you add the recommendation, they will know that it's AI that did it for you. So Control C, I create a blank document. I paste it here. Why is it not pasting? All right, let's try again. Okay, you guys are not seeing that part. Give me a minute. So I created a blank document. I'm gonna paste what we got. I really don't know. I think it's taking time to load. So majorly, you paste your response, you do a proofread, all right, to be sure that it's in alignment with what the business wants. Okay, to be sure that it's in alignment with what the business wants. And after that, you save the document and then you send it to your stakeholders. And that's majorly how you create a BRD from scratch in just few minutes. I don't know why it's not pasting here, okay, but majorly you paste. This is document, this is Google Docs, okay, very easy, very simple. Now back to my slide. How many of us were excited about that case study? Were you excited? Did you learn something? Did you learn something, guys? Did you learn something from that case study? Good, good. So you know that for you to come up with your BRD is very easy. All you need to do is prompt correctly. Prompt correctly. This is one of many things that you do as a business analyst and even as a project manager. Even the data analysts in our midst, because I know we have a number of data analysts. All right. So the data analysts in our midst, there are so many things you can use. You can leverage AI. You can leverage AI to do, okay, as a data analyst. So many things you can leverage AI. David, for instance, Tosin, Taiwo, the data analysts in our midst, okay? There are so many things you can leverage AI to do. But we cannot do everything in one session, all right? You cannot do everything in one session. That is why we are here. Now, do you like to go deeper into other BA, business analysis, or project management artifacts? Would you like to go deeper? Would you like to learn more? As data analysts, would you like to learn more about how to leverage AI to make your work faster and easier, to make your work more credible, to make your work easier for you? Okay, would you like to have AI as your junior? All right, instead of hiring junior staffs, instead of paying someone else to do this work, we like to see how you can learn, how you can grow with AI. Okay, for those of us that said at the beginning, I asked the question at the beginning, and you're like, hey, I want to leverage AI. I want to leverage AI. I don't want to be a bystander when, in 5 years, in 10 years time, I don't want AI to take my job, so many things like that. That is why we are here. Now, don't feel like your current role is where you're going to end. Don't ever feel like your current role is where things end. You can see how, okay, let me show you something very quickly. Let me show you something. Look at this design, guys. Look at this design. Look at this design. What does it look like? It looks like it was professionally built. Am I correct? Give me a thumbs up if you agree. It looks like a professional graphics designer did this. Like, it's so neat. The colors, the alignment, the icons, everything is very good. Guess what? I did this with ChatGPT. Will you believe? I can see some people laughing in their houses like, what? Yeah, I did this with ChatGPT. If it's a very easy prompt, I don't need it. I have a case study. Uber Eats. Create a pictorial representation of what Uber Eats does. That is all. Because I already gave it context from the beginning. Okay, so it's created the picture for me seamlessly. Now, what does that mean? It means that AI is coming for graphic designers. AI is on their neck right now, because the kind of designs you see, there's some you see and just like, it's not that great, it's not that great. Especially those birthday posters. It's not that great, it's not that great. But there are some you see, especially for those that can leverage AI, you cannot even tell that this was built with AI, because it's so neat, so clean, so good. Okay, so good. Now, if I was to pay a designer this, I'll be paying something, nothing less than maybe 20-30K. All right, it's just one design. So I'll be paying around that range. But guess what? I paid 0 naira for this thing. I paid 0 naira for this thing. So that's to tell you that even if you're a business owner, you're a teacher, you're a banker, receptionist, finance officer, engineer, lecturer, okay, there's time I had a drone pilot who is currently working as a project manager. All right, he joined a webinar like this, is in my current cohort. I have a solar engineer here. So there is no limit to what you can do. You can always pivot, because this is the world right now. This is the future. These are the roles that people are looking for in our world of AI. All right, in our world of AI, people no longer want to hire someone that would collect 700,000 naira every month, and at the end of the day, they cannot see anything to show for it. People want people that can leverage AI. Companies want people that can leverage AI. So these are some of the courses that you can take with Tenalytics business. All right. And everything, you can see AI in front. AI. That's because we also see the future. We can see into the future, and we know how much AI, leveraging AI can do for you as a professional. Do we understand, guys? Do we understand? Do we understand? Give me a thumbs up if we're still together. For those of us that have not filled the form, please ensure you do. All right. Please ensure you do. I can see a lot of done in the chat. Amazing. Thank you so much. Please ensure you do. Okay. You need that prompt that I used in case you need to work on a BRD or you want to work on a presentation fast, okay, you need that prompt. So ensure that you fill the form. All right, ensure that you fill the form. Now, in 2026, I want you to pay attention to this. In 2026, people no longer want to know about the certification, how many certificates you've had, all of that. People are more intentional, more interested in what you've built. People are more interested in what you've built. What is your portfolio saying? What kind of things are on your portfolio? What kind of projects have you worked on? How many projects have you worked on? How do we ascertain, all right? How do we ascertain that this person, everything in their CV, they can actually do it? Okay? People no longer want to see, oh, I got the certification in 2025, I got the certificate in 2020, I got the certificate in 2018. Okay, so at the end of the day, what can you do? All right, that is what recruiters are more intentional about. That's what recruiters are more intentional about. And that's what we bring to you at Tenalytics Business. All right, Sami. Okay, so this is the form that we are referring to. Tolulokwe just dropped it in the chat. Please make sure that you fill the form. Okay, now what we do at Tenalytics Business, we give you a lot of things, and this is just an overview of what we're going to give you, what you're going to get when you register for any of our programs in Tenalytics Business. Now, you're going to get 8 weeks of live training, something similar to what we're doing right now. Okay, something similar to what we're doing right now, something more in-depth. Now, you can imagine that case study was only for max 10 minutes, okay, 5-10 minutes, and we're able to get a BRD. We're able to get a BRD. Now, if you're to join a training, all right, you're going to be getting something better. Of course, there's a curriculum on our website where you can go through the number of things you're going to be learning with Tenalytics Business. Now, 8 weeks of live training every Saturday, 3 hours, just like what we're doing now. Okay, it's going to be you and your facilitator, and you're going to ask questions. He or she is going to take you through your training, all right, for 8 weeks. Now, you have weekly mentorship every Thursday. I tell my students that this mentorship is very important because you're going to be learning about your CV review or revamp. All right, very recently, we started learning about the Canadian job market. Okay, the Canadian job market and how you can penetrate the job market even while living outside Canada. Nigeria, Ghana, Zimbabwe, Kenya, wherever you are, okay, you can always leverage the internet. Okay, so that was a series. I don't know, I think we should continue this Thursday. It's a series where we train our students on how to get into the job market in Canada, how to pitch themselves, how to position themselves, how that Canadians prefer to hire us rather than hiring people there, because in quotes we are cheaper. But to them we are cheaper. To us, we are like, it's good money. You understand? They are paying you 3K. If you are going to pay someone else in Canada, if they are going to pay someone else in Canada, rather, they'll be paying maybe like 7. Can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay, I think my network took me off for a minute. Thank you so much. All right. So I was talking about, our brothers and sisters in Canada. Okay, so if you're earning 3K in a month in Nigeria, you're like a big boy. All right, and that is good pay, honestly. Now, The mentorship sessions are usually very packed. It's a 1 hour class, 9 to 10 p.m. to accommodate everyone, but it's usually very packed. Okay, that's where you learn about how to revamp and review your CV. All right. We also we train you on how to do that. We train you on how to optimize your LinkedIn profile. Okay. We also help you with your portfolio. You know, earlier I mentioned that recruiters are no longer interested in certifications. What they are more interested in, all right, what they are more interested in is your portfolio, what you've built over the years. Okay. And we also help you with a capstone hackathon project. Okay, so that capstone project is a project that is going to help us ascertain that everything that you've learned so far is actually something you can do. So there was, even for those of us that got into our mentorship or into our program through the current AI turn that is ongoing, you know, you already know that our students work on projects a lot. Our students work on projects a lot. Okay, so this is not just audio, it's something we do. We work on real-time projects. Just the same way we did something for Uber Eats just now, we work on real-time projects. Now, CV review, revamp, LinkedIn optimization, Upwork profile setup. Okay, so you can start earning even before you finish your project, your program. All right, interview preparation. So we have mock interview sessions with you. We act like what now? We act like your recruiters, and then you come into the call, we ask you questions just like your recruiter will ask you to prepare you better for your interviews. That's amazing. That is amazing. Now, job reference letter. There was a particular student recently that we gave a reference letter, and then what happened? He got the job. He got the job. He got the job. Okay. Another thing we help our students with is on the job support. So after you've gotten the job, we help you ensure that you know you're doing the right thing. We support you. You can reach out to your facilitator if you have questions around your current role. Now, every Tuesday we have something called TSS. Okay, it's the technical support session where you can ask questions about your Saturday's class, and then we can provide solution to those questions. Now, also we have the alumni community, and lastly, we have our accreditation, you know, our accreditation that is backed by the Canadian government, all right? That is backed by the Canadian government. Let me show you something, okay? Let me show you something. Look at this up here. I said Canadian government, the American Council rather. Look at this beside our logo. This particular icon here, this particular logo is the accreditation that you get from our certificates. Okay, so that accreditation is what now is recognized globally. So even if I just said that, oh, your certificate is not, you know, what recruiters are looking for, guess what? The certificate from Analytics Business gives you leverage. All right. Yes, you're going to build your portfolio. We're going to ensure that you build your portfolio. You're going to ensure that you put in projects there. Okay. But also, what happens? Your certificate is also very good. Very, very good. Okay. It's accredited by the American Council of Training and Development. It's accredited by the American Council of Training and Development. Now, I have some people that have gone through 10AB. Okay, I have some people that have gone through Analytics Business, all right, and they are having, you know, they have amazing testimonials. Those of us that joined very early on, we saw some testimonials from some students, we heard them, you know, and all of that. But now I want us to look into like 2-3 people's testimonial very quickly. Now, Pavel used to be a teacher in Cameroon. All right, so that's to tell you that even if you're a teacher, it doesn't deter you. It doesn't deter you from pivoting. All right, Pavel used to be a teacher in Cameroon before moving to the US. He joined our data analysis program and landed a job as an healthcare data analyst. Read that again. Pavel was a teacher back in Cameroon before moving to the US. Now, he joined our data analytics program and landed a job as an healthcare data analyst in the US. Now, the interesting thing about the testimonial from Pavel is that he got the job less than 3 months after completing the program. Okay, so if you're doubting Thomas, you're like, oh, I've joined a lot of programs. What if this is that? Let me tell you something. Okay, these are real people. These are real people. These are people that have come, that have joined our program before, and they have amazing testimonials. Okay, 3 months after completing the program, he got a job as an healthcare data analyst, someone who used to work as a teacher. All right, so when you get this slide, you can go through it very fully. Okay, this is another person, Bukola. Bukola joined the business analysis training. All right, and the interesting thing about Bukola is in 1 year, she got 2 different roles. All right, she got 2 different jobs in 1 year. So in July, Bukola landed her first job as a business analyst and her second job as a data business analyst in July 2025. Her first was 2024 July, and then 1 year after staying in that role, she got a better role in 1 year. Now, this is Bukola, who did what? Who joined our business analysis program. She joined our business analysis program. Now, let's look at another person, Ene. Ene landed a data scientist role with a company in Germany, working remotely from the UK. So the company she works with is in Germany, but she stays in the UK, and then she was able to land a role. And then completed her internship with us in December 2024 and landed a job in April. Look at that. She completed her internship in December and landed a job in April. Look at Ene's chart with our facilitator. Look at Ene's chat with her facilitator. She even sent a voice note showing her gratitude to our facilitator. Okay. She secured multiple interviews. We prepared her for our interviews. Like I said, one of the things we do at analytics business is interview preparation. So we jump on a call, we act like your recruiters to drill you and to be sure that you are ready, okay, before going into your interview. All right, so we prepared her, and then she landed a job as a data scientist in April. Okay, in April. Now, this last testimonial is very dear to my heart. Judith joined our business analysis program in March. Okay, and 3 months after, she landed a business analyst job in the US. Now, that is not even, landing job is not even the issue. Okay, the point that I'm trying to drive home is that Judith used to work as a carer. Look at that. Judith used to work as a carer while studying in the UK. Now, she wanted more out of life, just like everyone on this call right now. Okay, you want more. You're like, oh, I can do more. I want to know how to leverage AI. I want to know how to build with tech. I want to know how to pivot. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want a better thing out of life. You know, that is who Judith was, or that is the point where Judith was when she decided to take our course. Now, she took our program, finished it in March, and then 3 months after, she landed a BA job in the US. A BA job in the US, but she was working remotely in the UK. If you remember, she was also studying in the UK. Now, that's to show you how much people trust, 10AB, okay, and how much people's lives have been transformed from taking our programs. All right, how much lives have been transformed from taking our programs. Now, I don't want you to let this one opportunity slip. Okay, there's so many people that joined this call, but I need 5 people. They're going to tell me right now that they will not allow this opportunity pass them by. I'm waiting for them in the chat. Drop it in the chat. I will not allow this opportunity pass me by. I also want to leverage AI. I also want to leverage tech. I also want to build a life for myself. I also want to, work from home. I want to I want to become a business analyst. I want to earn in dollars. I want to work remotely. Okay, drop it. I'm waiting for 3 more people. I'm waiting for 3 more people. Good, amazing, amazing. This is an opportunity that you should not allow pass you by. This is an opportunity that you get once in a while. Okay. You can be doing any other thing right now, but you chose to join this call. That means that you are very intentional about building your life and building your career. All right, about building your life and building your career. I see Onome, I see Sarah, I see Emmanuel, Taiwo, Paul, Blessing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. All right, amazing. Okay, now there's a new cohort that is starting. There's a new cohort that is starting, and I want you to know that the cohort starts today. What do I mean? The cohort starts today. What do I mean? All right, there's a new cohort starting, and I want you to know that the cohort starts today. Okay, once you register today, you're going to get access to our mentorship. Remember what I told you mentorship does? Mentorship teaches you about your CV, how to review and revamp. Okay, I told you we're actually doing a series where you can learn how to penetrate the Canadian market. All right. I also told you that what you can learn about your Upwork optimization, your LinkedIn optimization, rather your Upwork profile, setting up your Upwork profile. Okay, you can also learn how to build your portfolio. All right, the course starts today. Now, your live classes are also going to start because you're going to have access to the LMS. All right, you're going to have access to the LMS where you're going to see all the materials you need for your cohort, for whichever course you choose. You're going to see all the materials that you need. So a new cohort starts today. So don't let this opportunity slip. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Okay, open your mind to the possibilities. In 5 months' time, in 3 months' time, what am I even saying? In 2 months' time, okay, once you take up this opportunity, you're going to be better than when you started. The doubt a lot of people have is, oh, I have a lot to do, in 3 months' time, you'd still stay there at that same point if you don't make a decision today. That's just how it works. That's just how it works. If every year you're telling yourself, I want to build, I want to move from where I am, I want to do this, I want to do that, and at the end of the day, you don't take any strategic step, then you might as well stay there till the end of the year. It's just what it is. Okay, it's just what it is. That's how life is. It's not village people, all right? It's just what it is. So you have to leverage opportunities when you get there. Now, everything I've said you're going to be getting from this program is totally worth 980,000 naira, guys. 980,000 naira. Blessing is laughing. That's the total real value of this package that you're going to be getting from Tenalytics business. The total real value is 980 what? Thousand naira. But guess what? Guess what, guys? Who is excited? Who is excited? I have something good for you. Something good, something amazing for you. Okay? I have something good for you. All right? I can't see the chairs. I can't see the chairs. I can't see the applause. I can't see amazing. I can see those that are interested in what I'm going to give you. Good, 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 good. That's very good. Okay? Now, the real worth is 980,000 naira, but guess what? You're not going to be paying 980,000 naira. You're not going to be paying 250,000 naira, okay, which is our normal price. But instead, guys, instead, I'm going to be giving you this particular course, everything inclusive, for 120,000 naira. All you need to do is pay now, guys. All you need to do is pay now. Pay now. Taiwo, I can see you. Amazing. This is so good. Yes, you're going to be learning all of these things if you pay 120,000 naira tonight. Okay? Now, the value you're going to be getting, like I said, is close to 1 million. If I come into this call and after everything I've shown you, after everything we've done, after everything you're going to be doing over the next 8 weeks, I tell you, oh, it's 500,000 naira. You will not even argue. You just be like, yeah, it's what is, because you're going to be having one-on-one conversation with your coach. You're going to be having live sessions. They're going to be following up on you. Okay, they're going to be ensuring that what you come into class. After coming into class, you get to ask questions. How many courses do you get to have this kind of leverage? Okay, now you're going to work on your portfolio, which means that you are job ready, you are market ready. All right, your CV is good, tailored to your role. Okay, the reason why a lot of people keep getting rejections is because what? Their CVs are not good. Their CVs are not tailored to their roles. Okay, so one-time payment is 120,000 naira. You pay now, you get a slot. You pay now, you get a slot. The link to payment and the link to all the courses are already in the chat. You pay right now, you get a slot into Analytics business. You choose your program, you start immediately. You choose your program, you start immediately. All right, Henry, David, Sarah, Sylvester, I don't want you guys to miss out on what is showing before you right now. Adeshola, Paul, okay, you guys have to leverage this opportunity. Michael, Mustafa, Victor, Collins, Onome, Stephen, Victoria, you guys have to leverage these opportunities. If you have questions, drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat. I have time to answer your questions now. Okay, so now, like I said, 120,000 naira one-time payment. Once you make payment, let me know immediately. Let me know immediately. Or if you don't have 120,000 naira, you're like, oh, this is an opportunity, I want to take it, but I don't have this exact amount. Okay, you can pay 50,000 naira to book your slot, and then you balance up 100,000 naira before the end of the program. All right, so you do 3 installments, 50,000 naira to book your slot tonight. Like I said, I have only 5 slots. Oh, I've not mentioned. Those of you that are still thinking, doubting Thomas, see, I have only 5 slots for tonight. Okay, just 5 slots. Just 5 slots, and I'm counting down. Once they alert me, 1 slot is gone. Once they alert me, another slot is gone. Okay, the link to make payment is already in the chat. You're supposed to send a receipt. Now look at this. This is my phone number here. This is my phone number here. Once you make payment, send me your receipt, either 50,000 naira to book your slot or 120,000 naira to make your full payment today. Okay, make your full payment. You don't have any more installations. You get into your program, and then you start your new career path. There is data analysis, there's business analysis, there's HR, there's video creation, there's AI automation. These are things that you can learn within the next 8 weeks. 8 weeks after now, if you choose not to take up this opportunity, you might as well be in the same spot, doing the same thing without significant change. Oh, I can learn with Claude. All right, how many things have you set out to learn that you did not eventually learn? We think we are very disciplined, but guess what? you need help. Okay, guess what, guys? You need help. Yes, there are so many resources out there, but you still need help. You need an association. You need people that are like-minded, that you guys are focused on the same goal. You need someone to drag you. Okay, come to class. You come to class. What happens? This person gives you assignment, ensures that you finish your project. All right. Every day, every week rather, you send the progress of your project. All right. You are very, very, very intentional in this kind of setting. 8 weeks for an accredited program. You have live classes every Saturday for 3 hours. You have your mentorship sessions. You have your mentorship session. Okay. You have your capstone hackathon project. I'm checking my WhatsApp now. So that's my WhatsApp number. Okay. If you want to send me a DM, if you make payment or when you make payments, you can send me a DM. All right. You can send me a DM. You can send me the receipt, or just, send me a DM. Tell me you've paid. Okay. After telling me you've paid, I'm going to follow up. You're going to get access immediately. You're going to get access immediately. Like I said, this is for just 5 people. 5 people who are still on this call. 5 people who will not allow this slot go. Okay. Blessing, Paul, Taiwo, Emmanuel, Sarah, Onome. These are the 5 people. These are the people that I don't want you guys to miss this slot. I don't want you guys to miss this slot. It's only 120,000 naira today, or 50,000 naira to book your slot, and then you make your full installment after this call. You have time, maybe a week, 2 weeks, you balance up, and then you start your cohort. You will not be removed from the class until maybe towards the end of this month. Okay. All right, Blessing. Love the feedback. Send me a DM. Send me a DM. Hope you filled the form. Send me a DM immediately. All right. So immediately, I'm gonna reserve a slot for you. I'm going to reserve a slot for you, and I'm going to ensure that that slot is not booked. Okay. So if you're like Blessing, you're like, oh yeah, I want to make payment, I want to join, but right now it's not salary week. And for some of us, you're like, after salary comes in, salary is out. Salary comes in, salary is out. Okay. So you have to budget. Send me a DM. We're going to follow up with you and ensure that you are in the program. All I need to do is reserve your slot. All I need to do is reserve your slot. Also ensure that you fill out this form. This form here. So look, I just dropped the form. Okay. Blessing, I'm waiting for you. All right. We have just a few minutes left on this call. So look, I just dropped the form. Okay. Ensure you fill out this form. You get access to the recording. You get access to the resources used in this class. Okay. I call it a class. It's not really a class, but yeah, it's a master class. Amazing, amazing, amazing. On the job support, guys, on the job support, how many people, once you're done with your program, that's the end. But in 10AB, you get on the job support to ensure that you are fully grounded, to ensure that they don't yank you off. Okay. Once you get a job, usually when you get a job, there's a probational period. There's a probational period where they're looking at you, watching you. What we do in that period is to help you be retained. All right. For some organizations, they do it. For some, they don't. Once you're in. Okay. For some people, there's a probational period where we help you stabilize. All right. Because a lot of people are transitioning. So what that means is, as much as they've worked on projects, there can still be some things that they are not aware of. That's where we come in as facilitators. Full employability package, guys. Full employability package. Okay. Weekly mentorship and support, life instruction every Saturday. One slot is gone. Blessing, I'm waiting for you. Okay, I've reserved one slot. I've reserved one slot for Blessing. Okay. So for anyone that wants to go with, payment now, the link is in the chat. The price is 120,000 naira if you're making a full payment, and 50,000 naira if you're booking your slot. Okay. Now I want to hear from you. Does anyone have any questions? Any questions? You can raise your hand now. Any questions? Kindly raise your hand. I'm gonna give 5 minutes for that. Very quickly, very quickly, very quickly. Raise your hand if you have any questions. Some people raised their hands earlier. Are they still on this call? All right. Why is data science not included in the courses? All right, thank you, Sylvester. So data science is currently not included, okay? But we have data analysis. We have data analysis, okay? And we actually train you on how to leverage AI in data analysis, okay? We also have HR analysis. They are very similar, but they're not exactly the same with data science, all right? They're very similar, but trust me, if you can take our data analysis course, then you can leverage it in your role or in your journey as a data scientist, okay? Data scientists and data analysts rather, they're usually intertwined in so many aspects. So why don't you take up a role, or rather a course on data analysis, where you can leverage AI. You can learn how to use AI in this particular role, okay? All right, do we have any more questions? Anyone? Any more questions, guys? Any more questions? All right. Okay, so that's my WhatsApp number. I'm getting DMs right now. I'm getting DMs. Okay, someone is asking, is it just online, no room for physical classes? Okay, there are no physical classes right now. All right, all our classes are virtual, remote, because we have students from everywhere. Students from Nigeria, look at that, Seth. Even on this call, we have students from Kaduna, students from Zaria. We have people, I keep saying students. I feel like you guys are my students already. Okay, we have someone, Sylvester, for instance, is joining from Ghana. All right. So many people from Lagos, amazing. Emmanuel joined from Taraba. Okay, so that's to show you how that there are people from different locations. Okay, there are people from different locations. Even if everybody is from Lagos, there are still places in Lagos that are far from each other. Okay, Paulinus is joining from Kaduna. Abiola joined from Arepo, Ogun State. So that's to tell you, so many things. Okay, so if you're looking to work remotely, of course, you know that everything is online. So as much as the classes are virtual, they are equally very hands-on, like they are physical. What do I mean? There are times that we tell our students to share their screen to be sure that what they are doing what we're doing in class, especially when we get into the practical aspects, when we are leveraging AI. Okay. At times I will tell our students, oh, share your screen. Let me see what you mean. If they have questions, okay, share your screen. Where do you have issue? Let's look at it together. All right. So that's to tell you that we are equally hands-on, just like we would be if it was a physical class. But we cannot have a physical class because we have a global audience. All right, we have a global audience. Also, we are training you to be remote job ready, because a lot of roles like this are typically remote roles. All right, so we're training you to be remote job ready. Now you can tell the kind of internet that works in your environment and the one that doesn't work. Okay, you can tell that you need two options most times, or even three. You need either you're having Airtel, MTN, Glow, maybe you're having a MiFi here, data source here. You can tell that, okay, this is the best time to have a call. This is how I'm going to position myself. If I want to turn on my camera, this is what I'm going to do. Okay, so we are basically training you to be what? Remote job ready. So to answer that question, there are no physical classes. It is majorly online. David, I hope you get that, David. I hope you understand, David. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. All right, good, good, good. Amazing. So now I have just, 4 minutes left. Okay. My slots is remaining four slots left. You make payments right now, 120,000 naira. You get into the program. You make payment right now, 50,000 naira to book your slot. You make payments, 50,000 naira to book your slot. So does anyone have any other questions? Any other questions? Sarah, Steven, Sylvester, any other questions? And if you need clarity, yes, I should mention this. If you need clarity, you can book a clarity call. Okay, you can book a clarity call. In that clarity call, you get to ask, okay, I'm in a fix. Should I choose data analysis or business analysis? I'm wondering which one should I go for? That is where we get to. I was expecting someone to even ask that question, like, oh, I don't know the one I want to go for. I need more clarity. All right, because that's a possibility. You need more clarity. Okay, so you can book a clarity call. The link is in the chat already. The Calendly link, which is the last link. All right, the last link. You can book a clarity call to ask questions, to pour out your mind. Okay. All right, we have 2 more minutes. Okay, Sarah is asking, why is BA and PM together in a call? Amazing. Sorry, in a course rather. That's a very good one. That's a very good one. So why are they together? One of the things I've observed as a professional in business analysis, there are some job openings you're going to see. All right. There's some job openings you're going to see that you'd see a bit of project management. The job role is business analyst too. All right. The job role is the role of a business analyst. But then they're adding project management in this sense. Okay, they will tell you things like, oh, the ability to manage the team. Managing the team is even the team leads, forte is not even an issue, right? But managing a tech team, like the development team, designers, ensuring that the project is done effortlessly is the role of a project manager. Okay, especially when you're working on a project, is the role of a project manager. But then they're adding it to BA because they don't want to hire two people. Maybe they only have projects once in, maybe once a quarter, all right, or once in 6 months. Let's work with once in 6 months. They have projects once in 6 months. What does that mean? In those 6 months, they hire a PM rather. They hire a PM for 6 months, paying them salaries for 6 months, whereas the project is only going to take 2 months. So they're like, why don't we just hire someone that can do both? So that when we have specific projects, like the example I just gave, they can fill in the role. Okay, that is one. Two is vice versa. All right, there are some job openings for project managers that you also see a bit of business analysis in the job description. Okay, that's one. Two is that, it gives you leverage. It gives you leverage. It helps you position yourself in a very good, it gives you a very good positioning. What do I mean? Now, you are applying for a job, and then when they see your CV, they are like, this person is actually very good. This person cannot do this, you can do this. You know how there are some people that you just feel like they know everything. There's something in an organization that they cannot just lay off like that. Why? They have a very good understanding of certain subject matters. Okay. So you being there, you being in any organization makes you what? Invaluable. For anyone that takes our BA and PM, what's it called, program, okay, it makes you invaluable to the organization. They're like, yeah, we can't lay this person off. This person can do this, can do that. You're getting to be a very good staff member. Okay, that's majorly why we merged them. The major reason is the first thing I said, the fact that there are some roles that you see, and we don't want students coming back to say, oh, I want to take BA. Then after some time, I want to take PM. Okay, I'll take PM program, I'll take BA program, majorly because they saw some roles and they're just like, I would have, aced this if I knew what I need to know. Okay, that's majorly why we merged it. That's majorly why we merged it. I hope I was able to answer your question, Sarah. I hope I was able to answer your question. Amazing, amazing. So yeah, this is going to be the end of today's masterclass. All right. If you're still a doubting Thomas, send me a message. This is my WhatsApp number. Okay. Fill out the attendance form. Ensure that you do. All right. Ensure that you fill out the attendance form. I would see you in class. For those of us that are going to be joining my class. See you later, guys. Cheers. Good night, everyone. Bye.